All right, hello, and welcome to Quarantine Cup 65, which I am commentating the playoffs of. I participated, but I didn't quite make the cut. But we'll be here watching Assemble Me play Iris 42. Assemble Me, playing his first player here. And in the other side of the bracket, we have S Sounder versus A Libby. So we'll see how this one goes. I only got to play 3 games this Quarantine Cup. They didn't go especially well. I made a few blunders. They've got a pretty nasty board here with some strong attacks, and certainly the big. There's a lot going on here. I mean, the kind of the core of the Ultimate Engine will be heralds, but there's a lot of different payload stuff between Inventor and Bridge Troll that you can incorporate in different amounts, and then of course there's Witch and Catapult for attacking. Whether or not you ever get around to witching is not totally clear to me, though it could be quite good. At the end of the day, the person who gets the Herald stuff running quicker, not necessarily the Herald split per se, but gets cleaned up and running on the Herald stuff is going to be in a much stronger spot. 5-2 looks significantly worse than 4-3 here. To me, not a big fan of this silver. It's actually, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's okay. I mean, you're buying 4s and 5s, or you're interested in that, and you may be under attack some later on, so it still does reasonably good work here. But yeah, the path to activating your secret or your magic lamp is like way better on the 4-3 than it is on the 5-2. I don't really like a symbol taking Witch there. I don't think I like it. I would certainly buy it at Herald here as a Assemble Me. I thought the Secret Cave was okay, but I wasn't such a big fan of the Witch. I could be totally wrong, though. The Witch is not a bad buy at all. Just wasn't my first inclination. I'm not sure what I would have gotten, actually. I would have had to take a little more time there to think about it, but... So Assemble Me, I'm kind of sort of tracking from Assemble Me's side. If they're playing at a quick enough pace that it's hard to do both, but I kind of assume Iris is at a spot where Herald is reasonable for them as well. That's what they go with. So Assemble Me opts to play the Witch versus doing Catapult. Isn't clear to me. I mean, we can see it wouldn't have hurt Iris's hand so much, but it's not clear to me. Here I would discard Witch and Curse and stuff and play. I would actually play the Catapult here, I think. So either way, I guess I would definitely discard the Secret Cave. Activating is really hard here once the curses start coming in. So they get a very good draw off the Witch. They didn't draw any of this junk dead, but in fact just hit the silver copper draw. Nice Herald reveal for Iris. Actually, this is huge. He activates, or they activate. I don't know. Which is just like massive here, and gets crop rotation, which looks really nice. Oh no! Did they not see that they were activated? Oh no! Iris was activated and didn't play it right. They just clicked play all treasures, didn't see they had 6 uniques, I guess. That's a pretty big slip up relative to what they could have done. I mean, their turn was still pretty good, but could have been incredibly amazing. And they didn't quite get there. So, yeah, that makes it, I mean, before I would have said Assemble was more or less dead in the water if they do the activation and go for it, and go from there. But I don't think I'm missing something, right? Well, Herald 1, Witch 2, Catapult 3, Copper, Silver, Lamp. Yeah. They just played it so quick. I should have said something to assemble. I thought of it before the table was being made, but I should have said something about this spec chat thing. It's not totally clear if you discard to the if you discard to the Secret Cave, or if you just take a Copper Trash and buy Herald. I mean, Herald is like, the 4 is like significantly better than the 3 at this point. That, though it may cost you a 3 in the following, or a 4 on the following turn, I guess, to not have played the Secret Cave. Potentially even costing you a activation, though. Could work against you for activation as well. I don't know what's in the bottom here. Okay, so nothing. Yeah, they may never. This is one of those where they could go a long time without activating if they don't get it going when they have it at the start. Because the curses are so rough. I almost wonder if there was a spot for count here, that trashing was the play on the first 5. It seems a little friendlier to me to getting the activation going, and also just, I think it probably cleans faster than the Witch Junks on this particular board. But Symbol misses it, didn't find a copper. Yeah, the thing that the Catapult plays, or the Catapult Witch combination right now, is that they're effectively like swapping coppers for curses in their deck composition. They're not really getting thinner. So both decks just have like fewer coppers and then replaced with purple cards. So it makes the lamp activations actually a bit trickier, or a bit less likely. I would still actually, I think even at this point, I would consider a count. It's kind of bad if you get catapulted, but in other situations, it can do some good work. Now, maybe it's better to just take a troll, bridge troll, or another herald or something. It's not clear to me, but it still feels like you could get use out of count. Horde looks pretty bad to me. I'm not sure at what point Iris picked the Horde up. I don't know if I totally missed the Horde stuff. I don't know if Iris has 2 Hordes, or if a symbol also got one. I didn't notice the Hordes at all, but I'm not a big fan of them. I mean, it's basically giving up on building the good deck, and unless you can unless you can end the game doing the Horde stuff, your deck's going to be so much worse than somebody building the engine here. So you have to have a path to 3 piles. So that means, I don't know, maybe Duchy Curse, and it. The third pile is kind of an issue unless your opponent helps you and lowers everything out. It would take forever anyway to empty, say, the duchies. And I don't think this path ever gets, like, I don't know, enough of the points that you're not under threat from the engine to come back with a really big turn. I don't think you get there. So it seems pretty hopeless to me to go this route. The Horde route, that is. Because as long as the symbol stays disciplined and just works on cleaning up, adding heralds, eventually the turns will get good. It'll take a long time. It'll take a really long time, but it will get there. before Iris can like 3-pile or buy provinces, I think. Yeah, because here, well, yeah, here a symbol has an activation. No, the Herald, never mind, didn't get another card. You really need to think about adding a different card here, just even if it's just like a bridge troll or something, or even an inventor, just to kind of give you another. Or the count. Also, I still have some interest in a count. Yeah, this thing that Iris is doing just won't run. And a symbol has enough heralds, eventually his deck will work. Like I said, may take forever, but yeah, I think count is totally a thing. Here. Yeah. I would probably just take another herald, yeah. Iris does have 8 if they don't play catapult, which there's not really much incentive to. So Iris does have 8, so province is nice. If they province like every turn for the next few turns, then that's something. But they need to have the green in hand for the crop rotations to fly. And anyway, this should be pretty easy. Just play Bridge Troll, double Herald, I think, or Herald Inventor. At this point, a symbol doesn't really need to worry about 3 piles. Like Iris isn't gonna. They'll get a turn going before the duchies are gone or anything like that. Now the question is whether Iris's deck functions consistently enough to buy provinces over and over again. But even then, I think it's just too slow. A symbol means deck will go from being a mess to being incredible in like one or 2 turns if they get the good draw. Sort of repeating myself, but that's kind of what's going on in this game. I don't know that you buy anything. I mean, I don't think Estate's very good. I would probably just trash Curse. There's still a chance of activating here if you find a secret cave, so I would just trash Curse. Yeah. There you go. So now you activate. Don't discard here, obviously. So you can double Herald again. Or you can single Herald and overpay. As Warfred has mentioned, maybe the better thing. It's actually a little awkward, depending on if, well, you have to assume Iris is buying province, so the you're gonna wish for one Herald for sure, and then probably the other one is, depending on how much draw you get, one can be a count if you can swing it here. I don't know, you may be clean-ish enough with just catapult. I don't know exactly where a symbol's at. They've obviously played catapult quite a bit more. Whoa. So yeah, that's running. You still, I would think, you take one herald off one of these wishes, like regardless of whatever you're drawing. And you're starting to, this is certainly looking like a count hand to me. I wouldn't discard. I hope they don't just auto discard to Secret Cave stuff, which is a real risk. That they just think, oh, I've got all this junk, I'll just toss to Secret Cave. Hope they don't automatically do that and think about how nice it would be to just remove it from your deck with count right now. No. Maybe there's, well, they didn't do it automatically on the second one, so maybe now they're going to get a count. This game be Bridge Troll and count would be pretty good. Okay, there we go. All right, so they save the estates because they're like want them for crop rotation. Though you don't really need more than one. So like you just top deck the one with count. So whether it was worth discarding those estates to count or to Secret Cave earlier in the turn rather than trashing a couple of them, I think I'd rather trash them than do this. You don't need the money from Secret Cave. It doesn't really matter for your deck. But since you can top deck a green card, you don't have to keep more than one. And you still get the crop rotation every turn. So now a symbol, I guess, can decide whether they want to go all Bridge Trolls or if they want to work in an Inventor. It would have been really nice to get an Inventor the last turn. I don't think there was a way to like gain the Inventor and still get everything they want, but it may have been better to do Inventor versus this Bridge Troll, because you would have been able to still get another Bridge Troll. Yeah, I think I like that better. I think I like Wish Bridge Troll, Inventor, or Wish for Inventor, Inventor for a Bridge Troll, then do the count. I think I prefer that. It would just be really nice to have a Inventor in deck this turn. That symbol still is just like, well, this didn't go so well actually. This turn went pretty bad. Well, unless they top deck something really nice, which they may have. A Herald basically is the out. You just play a Secret Cave and see if you have it or not. I mean, you might as well take money. Yeah, okay, they didn't. I would attack. Did Iris play Secret Cave last turn? They didn't. So you are gonna, well, they weren't hitting 8 anyway. But Symbol Me doesn't have to buy. Symbol Me doesn't have to buy Province now. Probably shouldn't. Maybe go Inventor Bridge Troll. Inventor Bridge Troll. Bridge Troll. Right, Iris could still get to 8. Forgot about crop rotation. Still seems really hard for Symbol Me to lose this one, even though they had a bad turn. But now the bottom 8 cards, like, has Symbol Me got 9 of the Heralds, I think? Maybe 8, maybe just 8, but it's either, there's either 7 or 8 Heralds down in here. They take a Duchy, that's probably Probably won't cost them, though. I don't think it's the right call. It's kind of a sad draw because the Heralds aren't going to hit Herald, right? They're going to hit, well, maybe hopefully they'll hit their Bridge Trolls, but they have a good chance of hitting just the green cards that Assemble Me kept. Though Assemble Me should definitely have 2 fewer estates than they do. And he does, because there is no reason to keep those on the count turn. But this card doesn't even really hurt Assemble Me. Like if Iris goes with the attack, it doesn't really hurt the turn to have the Heralds in the deck appreciably. This is easy silver. You don't have to, like, you definitely trash the silver. Not really close. It's a little bit sad that Assemble Me never got an Inventor, but whatever. Iris just trying to pile out the Secret Caves, but Assemble Me is like, Iris can't do more than 1 a turn. Assemble Me will obviously be able to make up this amount of points before that's over. I don't think well, there's green in there, so you don't have to top deck one with count, but yeah, you can discard 3 and then play Bridge Troll, then choose the discard option with count and take money. But there's green down in this bottom 4, so you're still going to get to crop rotation. You don't have to gain copper. You can choose discard or you can choose top deck. The copper gain is bad. Either of the other 2 options don't hurt you in any way. You don't want the copper. So that was just silly, because both the other 2 you can pick, and you don't, you have nothing in hand, so it doesn't hurt you. So that was not good, but it happens. It happens to all of us. Assemble Me should still get like a 4th or a 3rd, maybe a 4th and a 5th Bridge Troll now at this point, or 1 Inventor, so that they can just empty the duchies. I think that's probably their easiest path to winning here. Would be easier if there wasn't an extra copper that's going to be in the deck, but I think here you go. I don't know, double bridge. No, I don't like the duchy. The duchy does nothing for you, almost nothing. It's way more likely to just like stop you from having a good turn than anything. I wonder how close they were to a win, actually. I didn't even look for that. If they could have just gained a duchy with the count and 1, if that was in the cards. Probably not quite. But anyway, this turn, Assemble Me will be able to empty the Secret Caves themselves and get enough duchies to just win. Since they played so many Bridge Trolls last turn. It's not like in hand automatically, but it's not very far off. Well, that's not totally true. He had to draw some stuff. Still. Just rather likely. It's still not in. See, this is the green. Okay, now it's just in hand, but can empty the duchies. Doing a bunch. Don't play the catapult. Whatever, you just don't make poor Iris have to discard. All right. Yeah, there's just no shot after the horde thing. Also, after Warfrat engaged in psychological warfare and told Iris that they'd missed the magic lamp pop. Maybe all right, so I don't know who won between S Sounder and A Libby. Looks like A Libby won. So, I mean, all right, so Iris has said that might have been enough to win. I mean, it was way more than enough to win. They would have been solidly ahead at that point. Not that it would have guaranteed it, but it would have been solidly ahead. Assemble Me left the players instead of Iris, so I don't know what they're trying to do here. They'll figure it out. They'll get it figured out, I'm sure. All right, there we go. I wonder who the host is. Oh, I'm the host. That's exciting. I don't even know who finished. Who is higher? Oh, okay. Did I finish it? Okay, I guess I finished it. All right, here we go. We got the finals. Assemble Me versus A Libby. They don't have much in the way of villages here. There's not really anything. Only non-terminals are Bounty Hunter and Pearl Diver, and then pseudo Sheepdog at times. But there's not a lot you can do here. So you can probably open Bounty Hunter Silver, Bounty Hunter Courtyard, and then, I mean, realistically, you really just want to be sort of clean, and then when you play or when you go to buying provinces, hope you get one set aside on. Hope your first one gets set aside by Bounty Hunter. You're not really going to get to like a golden deck, I don't think. You could, it would just take a long time. Maybe it's worth it here, like maybe everything's slow enough, but that could just easily, I think, lose to something which green's a little quicker but doesn't go for strictly golden. Would be my guess. So I don't know. I really don't know that you do much here that isn't basically courtyard money with like some number of bounty hunters, maybe just one. Maybe you can get a second one. I don't think you can really make altar and grave robber or any of that stuff work. You can muck around with sheepdog stuff if you really want to with altar, but that seems so hard. I don't think it probably works very well. I would have been willing to buy courtyard though with my bounty hunter here. This is a sad board. You like draw. It's really sad, when you draw a $5 hand and it actually just doesn't matter. Like, there's just not actually anything that appealing to get, which is very rare in Dominion. Alright, I wasn't paying any attention to this game. Sorry. I was reading something else on Discord. What's happened? Someone did go for an altar. Both players went for an altar. Count and altar. I just think it's too complicated. I just think it's too much. I'm just skeptical that you're really getting much out of adding all this other stuff in. It's totally unclear to me what you're getting out of it anyway. Like, why are you altering? Oh, they did can't. Okay, with canal altar getting golds is pretty good. That's pretty good interaction. I'm not sure you need a count, but that is pretty nice. I'll grant that. Yeah, that's true. It's not actually clear that removing that looks bad to me. I think it's you leave the silver in the deck. I don't think you get rid of the silver. I would have probably just waved the camel that and then gone from here. But pretty nice here. You can top deck the bounty hunter with the province in the next hand. While you province as a Libby here, which is pretty nice. So you're getting a exile no, I think this is a misplay. Not totally sure, but I think you. Yeah, no, I don't like that. You can top deck bounty hunter, and then you would be putting a province into exile. And you still province there, and you keep the count is good in the deck. I don't know why you don't really want to move the. I mean, at this point, I would not have added a count to begin with, but at this point, the count is good in the deck, so I would not have exiled a count. I don't like that at all. If you're gonna exile anything in that hand, I would have exiled the altar, because now you're really hurting for targets. Like the altar is hard to find something you can play it on. Now it's very difficult for a Libby. So symbol isn't quite there, but just exiling province buying duchy is totally gonna work as a winning line as well, given enough time here. This is essentially half VP. Not strictly, but Assemble Me is not going to miss estates, so they should start buying the estates though, so that it does remain the half VP. There, that's game. All right. Well, congrats to Assemble Me. Not the most exciting board. I don't think it should go to. Well, if you Duchy Dance, going to turn 18 is totally reasonable here. But anyway, thanks everyone who came out and played. Hope you had fun. Congrats to Assemble Me on first, A Libby on second, and Iris and S Sounder on third place. And we'll see you all next week.